Episode 50 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. Let's see what's on the menu for today. We got P and Picks, what games we've been playing, what games are coming out soon. Nindies showcase, people complaining there's too many indie games. Is that a thing? We're going to put on our indie developer hat and create our own indie games that we think would be good on the Switch. And what is one game that we just can't stop buying? So let's get it started. Episode 50, our first, I think, milestone of the podcast. And let me introduce the best co-host on the planet, Joe After Work. What's up, man?
Oh snap! I was ready to do the NWO thing, man. I was gonna go
point it to early morning, man. It's for noon. Why do I get second billing?
I think it's because I said yes first.
And Bobby, the Nintendo Guru. What's up, man?
This is my little frappuccino over there. How you doing, man?
Good. Dunkin' butter pecan iced regular.
It's garbage.
See, there's no like method to who I announce first. It's every other show. I don't know.
No, it's not, because this is 2 weeks in a row you went to this guy.
No, you went last week.
No, I didn't. Let's go back and watch
I would like to replay. I'm gonna. I guarantee it.
But before we get started, guys, if you want to follow these knuckleheads, their Twitter handles should be above them. And they also do some Twitch streaming, some YouTube content, so go check them out. But let's get right into our P and Picks games we've been playing. I was on vacation for this week. I will start with Joe.
Oh man,
like always.
Some Freedom Planet I've been playing, and a lot of the Messenger, but I'll save that for later. Oh gosh, there was one more main game that I was really playing.
What is Freedom Planet?
Freedom Planet, it came
Sonic
out.
Rip-off garbage.
It's not a Sonic rip-off garbage.
It's not? It's not.
It has Sonic elements for sure. It is very Sonic. Please. It's not trash. Come on now.
Sonic is trash. This is trash.
Oh god, be nice. It's made by Galaxy Trail. It's got the characters do have like Sonic based elements for sure. Like you're running around. There's definitely some influences for sure.
Only difference is there's not rings. The sounds
it's like these weird gems,
and the gems pop out of you. You turbo up your legs. You do these spirally runs. Please.
If Sonic had a story, yes, yeah, this would be it.
Okay, there you go.
For sure, and it has voice acting and everything. It's actually pretty legit.
Okay.
I love it.
Monster Hunter Generations. I'm officially hooked.
When are we gonna play this?
I don't know. I invited you twice while you showed up on stream, and no one answered back. I'm just saying. I didn't calling shots.
Okay, wait. The last time you had a group of people you're playing with.
Yeah,
and then your stream went down.
Oh yeah, because I kicked the Switch. Oh, my surge protector.
And then I didn't hear you the time before that. My bad.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Well, let's do something today. Are you going to be streaming today, or are you off today?
I'm off today, but I will let you know if. No, I don't need to stream to play Monster Hunter. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I just want to play. I want to learn.
I think probably.
Tell Vanessa you need some Bobby time, and then we'll just play together.
Is that your first Monster Hunter game, Bobby?
I messed around with 4, I believe it was, on the 3DS, and I really didn't have anybody to play with. So it kind of, dude, if you don't have people to play with this game, it's not very fun.
Yeah.
It's damn near impossible to go out and hunt by yourself. At least early on, like the first couple of levels you can do. Now I was going to say, do I have to be a certain level in order to play with you, or can I do it right out the gate?
You can do it right out the gate. It's like there's set multiplayer quests in their own hub world that you get teleported to. Like, you know how on the map there's hub and higher and all that stuff. Yeah. So
I'm gonna start playing today, and then I'll get a little bit of experience with it.
I'm not that far, dude. So it's like
I just want to learn the menu. Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to hear us talk about
this now. The Cave Story developer, Pixel Studio, came out with Caro Blaster. It's just a straight up like Atari throwback. It's really weird. You're a frog that's part of a cat and frog company.
It looks like a 2600 game.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
wild.
It's fun. It's fun. It's nothing special. It does nothing crazy per se, but it's just a neat little game that you can just pick up, play a level. The animations and whatnot are quirky with like the president yelling at you always to like clean up something. You're a frog that's going around cleaning up things. So those are the games that I've been playing.
Okay. So I picked up The Messenger like a lot of people did, and we were talking about this game as one of our P and picks, but I finally got to play it. This game's worth the hype, guys. This game is Ninja Gaiden modernized like in the perfect way. I haven't played I probably played like 2 hours, I want to say. Like I haven't even got to like the 16-bit stuff yet. There's one thing though that I've been seeing like in some reviewers, like the game pretty much changes into a Metroidvania type thing, which doesn't sound that bad. Like it's definitely to like extend the playtime of this game. But then like a lot of things go with it, like the bosses go away when it switches to like Metroidvania. So I don't
Really?
know. Like I think I rather would have had like an action platformer and have it be a little shorter than like I don't know. Sometimes Metroidvania is kind of like are annoying. there's a bunch of them. I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean,
I haven't played enough.
I literally just stopped at the point where you go through this whole tower and you do things and you find out a big plot twist and it turns into 16-bit in the process of you being able to, I guess, go. I don't know what time I'm in right now, but I guess I'll find that out soon.
I think it's phenomenal so far.
Yeah.
So far,
Yeah.
I'm just in love with this game. Ninja Gaiden was one of my favorite games on the NES, so I feel like it's very throwback to that, just not as hard, which is actually making it fun for me.
Mhm.
Because you're kind of going through, you got more maneuvers than Ryu Hayabusa had back in the day.
Hey, Busa, I
Um,
got you, fan.
Hayabusa, yeah. It's I like it so far. I like it a lot. I think it's a really well done game, and kudos to the studio for actually grabbing a really great game as their inspiration because it's a lot of fun, man. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, like even the power up system, like I just got the wingsuit, which like every little power up, you think, okay, that's pretty cool, but it changes the game like entirely. And I don't know, I like that little hub world too. I think it's like clever the way they did that. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure we'll all be giving more impressions as we play.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, man. This is the game that everybody needs to buy.
Yeah.
Straight up. There's no doubt about it. Like this is the game. This is the game for sure.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of them changing it Metroidvania is because you can get almost all your power-ups, if not all of them. Like, I'm only too shy away from completing my skill tree at this point of the game.
Yeah, I'm pretty close. I'm pretty close to completing mine already, and I'm like only in the second level.
Yeah.
I beat the boss, the first boss,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm playing the second level, and it's not like I'm flying through the tree pretty much, unless it changes again. But it's not that hard to get your power up. So yeah, I agree.
No, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think they just continue to keep that. Then there's the green gem power shield, seals or something like that you collect like 48 of or something like that.
Yeah.
So I have 37 left to go. They've been really hard to find. But there's like a little symbol you can keep an eye on, and then that'll kind of indicate like, oh, there's one over here. How the hell do I find it?
Yeah. I've been playing another game too, Video Kid, and I picked it up. I picked it up just because it's very Paperboy. Like it's a Paperboy ripoff completely. But man, this game is actually a lot of fun. And the reason why, for me at least, it's a lot of fun is as you're going down the road, basically what you are is you're a VHS tape delivery guy. So you're delivering movie. It's kind of like your Netflix when Netflix used to deliver to the home, but you're also like Blockbuster where you're actually delivering these videotapes. It's kind of cool. But it starts off and it's kind of like you're Marty McFly and you're going to meet your girlfriend at the park. but you got to deliver these movies on the way there. And you're going through the town, and like, dude, it is like so amazing the attention to details like of the 80s references in this game. Like you're going down the thing, and there's like you hear Fraggle Rock music start playing. And
That's
there's
awesome.
a bunch of Fraggles sitting on the bench, and you can hit them with the tapes and knock them out, and they stop singing. And then you'll go by and they'll have the California Raisins there, or they'll have
the Chipmunks,
Alvin and the Chipmunks. And then like you're going through the thing, here comes the Ghostbusters car coming down the street. They have like the Mystery Machine with Scooby Doo in them, and then there's a ghost chasing it down the road. And like, dude,
what's the price on that?
It's like $5, dude.
Oh wow.
It's $5, and I actually, because I use my gold coins, I got it for free. So, the other thing too is like you're going down this thing, you fall down the sewer because you see a Ninja Turtle, right? Ninja Turtle's out of the manhole, and it waves to you, and then you fall down the sewer hole, and it's like you go through, and then like the first time to get through is pretty cool. The second sewer you fall in is harder, and like you see, what the hell's the rat's name? I forget the rat's name.
The Rat King. Oh, you're talking about Splinter?
Splinter's there, and if you hit him, he hits you with a stick, and he like knocks you off your skateboard and stuff. It's so cool, dude. You get the Power Glove, and when you get the Power Glove, he starts just winging tapes like it's crazy, dude. You get like a pair of Jordans, and then like it allows you to jump one time like super high in the air. Dude, it is the attention to like, dude, here's Lucy with a lemonade stand. You know what I mean? Like Jessica Rabbit is walking down the street. Inspector Gadget, he's walking down the street, and when you get near him, he goes go Gadget, like, and he like gets real tall. Dude, it is.
That's awesome.
It is amazing, dude. It is really good. And at the end of the day, it's Paperboy, which that's a fun game. You know what I mean? Like you play that, it's a fun game. The game looks like when you look at it, you go, oh no, this ain't for me. A lot of unlockables. Like I'm playing as the Karate Kid right now. Like I unlocked the Karate Kid. They have Teen Wolf you can unlock. They have the Cookie Monster. They have She-Ra. They have like all these different versions of Marty McFly. It's really, really well done, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
The game crashed on me 15 minutes in when I was trying. Yeah.
It's never crashed on me. I will say this. I played it a lot yesterday. Probably put an easy hour and a half, 2 hours into it yesterday.
Wow.
And just playing over and over and over again and just getting better and building my money and unlocking suits and stuff. The only thing I don't like, and I will say this, when you die, which you die a lot and die often, you have to go through this thing where it like transfers your money over. And it's like you're waiting. You can't just speed through that. You can't just push a button and get through that. I wish they would have done that. Where there's a way to like just jump back into the game again and get right back into it right away. Especially like when you screw up like right at the beginning, and it's like, oh god, now I gotta go through this again. And it's like, yeah, I didn't even get no money. Like just go through. Come on. But other than that, I like the game. I didn't have any. Sadly, Joe, I didn't have any. Well, not sadly. Good for me. I didn't have any of those issues.
Yeah. I got a. Oh no, keep going. I was gonna talk about another game.
No, I was just gonna ask, how did they get away with all these licenses? These are straight up the characters.
Well, they're not. I mean, let's look at this.
Cookie Monster's like something.
Bro,
his name's different.
All the names are different.
All the names are different, but bro, Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, they
have the names,
the same colors and the letters, and I mean, it's like you can't tell they're Fraggles other than the song, and the song isn't the real song. It's just you could tell some people doing some stuff.
Inspector Gadget, bro.
Yeah, but it doesn't. But essentially, they can get away with it because it's not him, man. It's not.
It's not him, bro. That's the soundbite from the show. Come on now.
It's not
fighting frogs.
Listen, I don't care. I got the game. I love the game.
I don't care either, but I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I know. I wonder too when I first. I was like Daniel, right? Daniel LaRusso. His name is Daniel's son, and it's one word. So like they did a lot of play on stuff. You know what I mean? Like
that's cool though. I like that.
Yeah, I like it. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And then I got a review copy for Siggy. I think that's what it's called. It's pretty much like a Ghosts and Goblins clone. Like I finished the game in 40 minutes. I didn't mean to.
It's not a Ghosts and Goblins clone then, because Ghosts and Goblins clone you wouldn't even
Oh
finish the first level in 40 minutes.
no, has anyone ever finished that game? I don't think so.
I don't know, man.
I
That game
haven't.
is so hard.
But yeah, it's all right. I'll probably be doing something on that. But yeah, that's PM picks. We'll talk about more coming out, I think, later in the month. But Joe, I think we have a very hot topic right now.
Yeah, man. So I brought this up a little bit on Run Jump Stomp. By a little bit, I mean we had like a full blown conversation, and I was like, no, I need to hear you guys' input on this. So if are the Nindy showcases helping or harming Nintendo and Nindy devs in 2018 post E3? So what I mean by that is, like, once E3 came and went, we thought we would see more in terms of Nintendo first parties, but we're just seeing more reliance on even more third parties and indie games. But these Nindy showcases sometimes seem like their games that are coming out are pushed back a little for, like, they don't give exact dates for some of them, and then there's a few that will usually get like, hey, coming within like a month's time span from when that direct happens. But for the games that are coming out without dates or just kind of disappear into the ether, do you think it's really helping them, or is it just like causing more of this kerfuffle online and with people that really want to play these games, but then they just don't ever see the light of day, or just one day randomly appear?
I think it's pretty easy. I think if you are fortunate enough, because I'm sure there's tons of indie developers who would love to be in these showcases, I think it can only be positive unless your game is unique, or unless it isn't unique. Because if you're comparing the UK presentation and the one that we got, it was like night and day. I feel like ours was very, very weak, and the highlight of ours was a game that came out 2 years ago. And that's like Hyperlight and Towerfall were the highlights, and those games are old. Those it's not new. So I feel like if your game is unique, if it stands out, the Nindy showcase is like a godsend. Like, Nindy showcases have made superstars out of Golf Story, Celeste, even Lightfall. And that game I heard wasn't even great. It's broken. So it's like, if you're an indie developer, you want to be like, I'm sure Jules would love fucking Chicken Wiggle in there. Like, he would love it. So I think that it's a no-brainer. I think it's good, but if your game blends in with all the rest, which we saw a lot of, like the level editor game didn't look good because it was stacked up with games that look all the same. So it was like, it was more of the same. I think we have more to go on this, but Bobby, what do you think?
Well, I don't think that the showcases are hurting games at all. To the contrary, I think it's helping the games essentially, regardless of when they come out and all that stuff. Like, getting showcased like that is the ultimate goal. That's going to get you it's going to get you to the dance, so to speak. It's going to shine a light on you. My issue with how Nintendo handles things is a little bit different in the terms of, like, I feel like they're not properly helping these companies beyond the showcases. How they're picking who goes in the showcase blows me away a little bit. Patrick, you referenced the level editor, and what I'm curious about is, why do you feature this level editor when a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, you had Chicken Wiggle on your 3DS and you didn't even do anything to help that company promote that game? The game comes out, it's a new release. Only thing that launches on the 3DS, not even on the new release page. Week 1. Week 2, not even on the new release page. Week 3, it's there, 15 slots down, so you don't even see it when you go in. And week 4, it's not on the new release page again. Things like that, to me, are an issue. They're picking and choosing, they're cherry picking who they're helping and who they're not helping. And, the story just came out this past week with, oh my God, I lost the name again. The
Cosmic Star Heroine.
That's it.
Yeah.
Cosmic Star Heroine. They came out and basically put a post in Resetera where they were talking about like, hey man, we couldn't even get Nintendo to retweet us. And look, that's an issue in its own right. And where people sit there and go like, well, they can pick and choose. Yes, they can pick and choose who they retweet. But when they're point blank tweeting and retweeting over and over and over and over one specific game that week, it just makes me go, man, you can spread the love a little bit and you can help. You know what I mean? Like, sadly, Cosmic Star Heroine came out the week that Dead Cells came out, and the light was all on Dead Cells that week, not by just because of a BS thing that went down, not because of the game itself. It was based on, you know, some type of issue. But like, I look at Nintendo and I go like, man, why didn't you showcase Chicken Wiggle Workshop? You know what I mean? Like, Jules did a Kickstarter and you didn't jump on that and help. You're doing this other level editor, which I said during my reaction thing, I'm not buying the thing. I already got Chicken Wiggle pre-ordered, whatever. Like, that's the game I'll get, and that's the game I'll go forward with and move forward. But it's just weird to me how they're picking and choosing who they're helping, who they're not helping, why they're helping these people, why they're not helping these people. I don't understand it all. And I feel like the showcases are a good thing. Nobody can tell me they're not. I just feel on the backside that Nintendo needs to figure out a way. You guys got that static?
Yeah, no. You guys have that static?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
That was weird. So my feeling is ultimately they need to do some things to fix themselves. And here's the thing. When you tell me that, oh no, it's the developers' problem, not Nintendo still takes like 40-50% from these people to every game that's sold. So there's a partnership there. And it's just as much Nintendo's problem as it is. What I have the issue with is if you don't want to retweet people, you don't want to help them. That's your business. You do what you want to do. You can't tell me that that's Nintendo's fault. They kind of do what they want to do. What I have the issue with is when the guy says, I specifically had a trailer made ready to go and they didn't put it up on the page. That's Nintendo all day long. And anybody that defends that, you're a fanboy and you just need to move aside because you are the problem. The second thing is you have him saying we had a pre-purchase sale, meaning Jules was the first one to do this, if anybody remembers. He basically put out, was like, if you buy the game now, you get it for this price. He did it with Mutant Mud's collection. He was the first one to do this, where you buy it before the game launches, you get it for $10. You buy it afterwards, it's $15. That to me, if you have that, and that's what this game had, and they didn't post it, dude, that's them. That's Nintendo all day long. The guy is asking for help a month in advance. Hey, you didn't do my page right. Can you fix it? And it takes them a month, and it's still not right. Sorry, that's Nintendo all day long, and there's no excuse for it, and that hurts sales. And the other thing too is for people to say like, well, you know, it's sink or swim, and yeah, it is. But when you're basically not promoting anybody, the featured section is all these games that have already sold millions of copies of games, and there's not the big people. It's not the little people. It's all the big people in there. Why is Nintendo games, first party games, in the featured section? Shouldn't be. It should be all the companies that are maybe partners that don't typically get promoted millions of dollars and pushed. Like, there's no reason Captain Toad's in there. There's no reason that like Hyrule Warriors are in there. Any of that stuff. It should be the companies that are the smaller guys that need that push. Because when you have the indie section is the on sale section, that's bad. That's bad for everybody. And that's what it's turned into. You go to the on sale section, and that's where all the indies are throwing their games, just hoping they'll get a little love. So I don't know. I'll back off. You guys tell me what you think.
Yeah, I mean, I think we hit it on the head. Like the showcase is like beyond valuable for the indie developers. But I think another big thing when I was gone, I was reading this all over Twitter, people making videos, the quote unquote oversaturation of indie games. we've already talked about the fact that we're over 1,000. I will go to Joe because you do purchase a lot of, the eShop titles and some of these lesser known games. I don't think this is necessarily like a Nintendo. I mean, it is a Nintendo problem, but I think it's more of the eShop problem at this point.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, so I think with them introducing that Nindy channel there is kind of like a band-aid of sorts for the fact that the eShop is still not where where we want it to be. I don't even know if it's a matter of where they want it to be per se. But man, dude, it's sad to see like things like that happen. And where I'm coming from with like the Nindy Showcase is sometimes I feel like they kind of breeze through games rather quickly and with not enough detail, or maybe it's that the game's not. Yeah, and like maybe it's not the game. I mean, maybe it's not, the game's fully finished either, and that's another problem too, where it's like some games will say like early 2019, or they'll have a date slated, and then we'll never hear from it for quite some time.
Yeah.
Wargroove and Mark.
I agree with you. I agree with you on that one, for sure. Like, I feel like 15 minutes, like that's essentially what the Nindies was. 15 minutes. It's like they're blowing through these games real quick,
Yeah.
and then like, I'm sorry, you do a sizzle reel, and you have games like Bastion in that sizzle reel, and it's like, what are you doing, dude?
That Transistor, like those
Undertale
are good games.
Like, like why would you spend a little time? Like, I don't understand. Like, if this was Nintendo, right? If this was Nintendo, like coming out with a Nintendo Direct, if Earthbound was coming with a new game, or Earthbound was porting a new, they would spend some time on that. Undertale is a huge game that's very Earthbound-esque, Mother-esque, and it's like, why would you not showcase that game? Show people, man, this game, like, tell the backstory. Like, not to sound weird, but like if you watch, I don't know if you guys ever watch America's Got Talent, but like they'll take the contestants that they know have made it through, and they'll create this backstory on them to make you fall in love with these characters. Like, man, why aren't you like once a month doing that? Like, grab 5 games and be like, these are our spotlights for the month, and like, here's the backstory, here's the development team. Like, do a little thing and talk about them and interview them and like show their game and show their trailer and show their, like, they could do so much better with this. Because if you think about it, like, we get 30 minutes of Smash and you get a brief second of Bastion, and it's like, man, you could have spent more time on that and you could really promote that better. And I, in those regards, yes, I'm totally with you, Joe. I think they don't do enough with those things. I think they're just basically there, okay, we got to do this, let's get it done, and they don't put the proper time into it.
Yeah, that's a good point about the release date windows, because like you can show a game like Smash, you can show a game, a major Nintendo game months ahead, even years ahead, like Metroid, and the hype will still be there. But if you show a game that like slightly interests you and is an indie game, and you see about 30 seconds to a minute of it, that it doesn't do anything for me. Like, I'm not going to remember half of these games. So maybe it turns into something like, okay, if you want to be in the Nindy Showcase, give us a release date, and it has to be within the next like 3 months or something like that.
Well, if you think back to the very first Nindy Showcase we got, right? They had Runner 3 in there, they had Flipping Death in there, and those games didn't come out for like a year after that original Nindy Showcase. And it was like, I got, like, you go back and watch my reaction to that first Nindy Showcase, I was hyped through the roof. We got all these big games, and I was like, oh my God. The only game that really delivered on their time was SteamWorld Dig. The rest of them never hit their dates, never came close to their dates. And it was like, holy cow, man.
And I feel like those were more memorable because they had a little bit more time on those, on at least the launch directs. I felt like they spent more time on. Now I feel like they're almost rushed to an extent. Like, they'll have, here we go, we have this set time, 30 seconds for each game, and then and they're throwing them like shurikens. Like, dude, calm down. I want to like learn about these games.
That's the thing. Yeah, they need to spend more time on them. They need to treat it like a true direct.
Yeah.
Where think about it, like I said, 30 minutes for Smash, like at the E3 thing. Like, why can't you show 10 minutes of Undertale? Why can't you show 10 minutes of Bastion?
Yeah.
Why can't you show 10 minutes of any of these games? Like and that's and here's the problem. Like, I've seen these games, I can't remember the names of them, dude. Like the Star one, it's like Star Fox.
Oh, Everspace.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you.
Why aren't you showing more time of that? Like, why aren't you showing? That should have been like a good 10-minute trailer to be like, here you go. This is like, it does.
It's difficult too because like Everspace is old, Bastion's old. Like these games
Yeah.
have been out for a while,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like, but I could see a game like, I know it's already out, but like Golf Story or something that's exclusive to the Switch or like a timed exclusive
Yeah.
getting a couple minutes because like, hey, you're coming over to the Switch, you're coming on our platform first.
Yeah.
Okay, let's double your exposure time. Like,
Yeah.
that's an easy.
Like a game
Um,
like Golf Story, you could easily get into like the story, the mechanics, like
Oh,
really
yeah.
spend some time on that game and really take your time and show that game off. Game like Dead Cells, definitely. Game like The Messenger. Like, why aren't you spending time showing like this game is? You could easily just be like, hey, this game it gets its roots from Ninja Gaiden and show some comparison shots and like talk maybe because you have the connections, reach out to Tecmo and just be like, hey, what do you guys think about this game? And let them say like, hey man, we're really honored that they took whatever. Or if they have nothing good to say, then you don't put it, obviously.
Yeah.
But maybe they are. Maybe they're like, oh my god, this is pretty amazing to see like the kind of, just the kind of touch that we had on people that they went and built this game and it looked so much like the original. Like I just think that they could do so much better with these things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And last thing I will say is the whole oversaturation thing. Listen, indie developers are going to put their games on the Switch. Switch has made superstars of these games. So it's like, even if it's like a mobile port or something, they're willing to take the risk. Even if they get lost in the shuffle, like there's still that chance. It's like playing the lottery. You never know. Like, I mean, Blossom Tales like killed it.
Yeah,
Hollow
yeah.
Knight. I mean, these games are killing it. So I don't know. So my topic, we're becoming indie developers. Now, when I look at the success of indie games, I look at they stem from other inspirations, and obviously we don't have the virtual console like the Messenger plays like Ninja Gaiden. Shovel Knight has some of the DuckTales like the cane going down and stuff like that. So there's a lot of inspiration. So I wanted to ask you guys, if you were making an indie game, which classic game would you take inspiration from?
I have two different types. One would be a survival horror. I'd pull from inspiration from Resident Evil and Silent Hill. Yeah.
Combat or no combat?
I would say you have different modes where you can actually choose, like for speedrunners, have like a knife only mode where you're running through the entire game, just knife, no ammo, no, limited inventory.
2D pixel art? I'm kidding.
Side scroll platformer. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I would pull from. I would definitely pull heavily from Resident Evil, and in terms of like the mansion and it being a mystery of like where your teammates went and like you've discovering like this crazy hidden lab underneath the mansion and all that. The second one would be pulling from Final Fantasy VI. It has always been this weird dream of mine, and I might pick up RPG Maker when it comes out on Switch and try to learn it, but to like make a full-on RPG inspired from Final Fantasy VI, I won't run it into the ground. But that's like my favorite game, and I think that if you can make it a journey as epic as that and still live up to this day, someone else has got to be able to do it. Someone else has got to be able to do that. There's some awesome things that you can do there, and it's kind of inspired me to like maybe pick that game up and actually try to learn it and try to make something there.
RPG on the Switch, you got at least 300,000 copies you'll sell.
Yeah.
Bobby, what are we doing? Paperboy?
No. If it was me, again, I got two games in mind. One would be Kid Icarus. I would I would do a game and rely heavily on the original, not Uprising or anything like that. Like take the original, make a game very similar to it. Obviously change the characters, do everything you want to do. But I would lean heavily on that because that game is one that's never been kind of brought back so far, but it's such a good game, and you can throw a couple different elements into it. But I would definitely lean heavily on that. The one game that I would do that I think you'd have to have already been working on it and kind of get into the frenzy and the hype of what's going on right now in the social media world. But I would do YouTube Punch Out, and I would create a character. I would sign contracts with KSI, with Logan Paul, with Jake Paul, with Deji, with FaZe, like all these guys, and be like, do a game based on that. Like, I think that game would sell really well.
Yeah.
If it's very similar to Punch Out. You can't, like, obviously you're getting the cheesiness of, you're stealing essentially the idea and the concept of like, hey, this is basically, Punch Out, but like you're getting the cheesiness of the YouTube thing that's going on right now. We're all boxing each other because I don't see this going away. Like I see them boxing, like they're already talking Logan Paul, KSI too. Like you're going to get this thing, and I know people can't stand these guys, but like, man, you would get a lot of people to buy this game. I think it would shine a light on it, and it would be really, really big. I mean, I would buy it I would buy it just for the fact of like if it was like Punch Out type game. You know what I mean? Like I love Punch Out.
You better start finding someone to make this game because that is like $1 million idea right there. I'm dead serious.
Jules, I'm calling you after this podcast, Jules.
No, he's busy making Zero Drifter shmup. Okay.
No.
I thought of one of my favorite Super Nintendo games is Demon's Crest. Okay. And I know it's a 2D platformer type game, but the freedom in that game of like being able to fly and shoot fireballs, like I feel like a lot of these 2D platformers, you're kind of stuck and the mobility isn't really there. So I think Demon's Crest and Kirby's Dream Course. So next there's nothing like it, man. No,
we got Golf Story. We don't need nothing else.
Also like a racing game with like a level edit. I think that'd be cool. Kind of like a F-Zero, but you can make your own tracks. Yeah. Nothing really like it.
Yeah.
That was like a 2-minute topic. All right.
That's fine. That's all right. Listen, they all don't have to be home runs, Pat. Eventually you bring a stinker into the mix. I get it. I understand.
YouTube Punch Out.
That's what we do.
YouTube Punch Out would be awesome. I'd buy it in a minute, dude. Seriously. I would buy it just because it's
Bobby.
But I'm thinking a lot of people would buy it for other reasons.
Make the game.
How am I going to make the game? I'm an
before,
idiot in New Jersey. I don't know how to computer program.
Do it before anybody else does it. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
If I could box Bobby and Bad Bit, that's a good day.
It was said here first, okay? So maybe I will call Jules.
Trademark it.
You have to make that in the next like week for it to be relevant.
Yeah,
exactly. Well, not really. I mean, you got at least months before they fight.
Their rematch, yeah.
Anyway, so my question is, and this is all stemming off the fact that Shovel Knight has the treasure trove coming to a physical copy on the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch. But my question to you guys is there a game that you found yourself continually buying over and over and over again? The reason why I brought it up is because Shovel Knight is my game that I've bought on the 3DS, on the Wii U, on the PS4, on now the Switch. I bought the physical copy on the PS4. I bought the physical copy on the Wii U. I probably will buy this one on the Switch. I just keep buying this game over and over and over again, and I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. It's the same damn game. It's not like I'm getting anything different. But I wanted to ask you guys. I'll throw it to you first, Pat. Is there a game that you have an addiction to?
Well, before I say that, I'm wondering if Shovel Knight's gonna come with like a beefy manual like the Wii U did, because that was like one of the best parts of it. We'll see about that. But for me, I think it's Super Mario Bros. 3 because I had that on the Game Boy Advance, had that on the Super Nintendo if you count the All Stars, had it on the Wii Virtual Console, Wii U Virtual Console. It's coming to the Switch. I'm sure I'm gonna buy it for my toaster. I don't know. It can run on anything, so
yeah.
I think Super Mario Bros. 3. I mean, it's just like the perfect platformer, and it's like normally the game's like $7.99. Oh yeah, and I have the NES cart, so
Yeah,
we're covered. We're covered.
you might want to try Super Mario Bros. 2, just to say. Joe, what is your feeling?
Man, there's nothing wrong with that. If you love a franchise, I mean.
Oh, no, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying.
Oh no, just in case anyone out there is feeling like like, oh man, am I buying this too many times? Resident Evil series in general. PlayStation 1. I have 2 and 3 on disc still. PlayStation 2, Resident Evil 4, Code Veronica, GameCube, 2, 3, and remake, and 4, and 0. No, 0 I've got to rebuy.
Bobby would wet his pants playing these games.
And I wouldn't play them at all. That's all.
PlayStation 3, Umbrella Chronicles, Darkside Chronicles, 1, Director's Cut, 2, 3, and Code Veronica. PlayStation 4, remake, 0, Code Veronica again, Resident Evil 4.
Let me stop you there. I want you to pick a game. Like, I want a game that it's the same game.
It's the same. All right, so
they're not. It's the same genre. That's different. I don't want totally a franchise. Fine. I want one game that you've bought multiple times.
Resident Evil 4. There you go. GameCube, PS3, Xbox 360.
Yeah.
PS4. I may have it on my Xbox One.
The best version, Joe, of that game.
What? It's good. It's good. I hate the Wiimote though. You guys know this. And just as a
the hell is that?
Blade Stranger? Oh my god.
You bought 3 copies of Blade
Send me a copy. I can't find it. Man.
Different alternate covers. I completed.
Oh my god.
Wait, so they made 3 different SKUs for that game?
And put 2 different keychains in the thing.
Why? Why?
That's why you can't find them, Pat.
It's not even a good game.
That's gonna be rare as hell, man. One of those is gonna be rare.
All the Nicholas games are worth some jing already. Like they're basically saying like if you have the original game, like when they sell out, when they sell out they won't they'll reproduce the games, but they'll change the covers on them. So they're doing a really smart thing over there. Another game that I could basically say that I've done that a lot too is SteamWorld Dig, the original. I bought the original one and then I bought it all across the board, like everywhere. PS4, Wii U, 3DS. I bought it on the Switch. But see, that's the thing though. Like by the time it got to the point where it hit the Switch, I started getting it for free because I became a SteamWorld ambassador.
Yeah.
But that's part of why I became a SteamWorld ambassador, because I was praising this game so much and buying copies all over. But I bought the physical copy of the game when it came out. But I also bought the indie box. You ever seen them? And they had a SteamWorld one, and it had like an instruction booklet in it, and a code for Steam, and like all this crazy stuff. Like it was really well done. It reminds you of like an NES game back in the day. Like all the stuff is in there. So I like that stuff. But yeah, I find myself all the time like I just fall in love with a franchise, and not even a franchise, a game, and will just go off the deep end with it.
Honestly, Mutant Mudds is becoming like I have that on Wii U.
That's another one.
Switch twice now.
I cannot
wait. I cannot wait for that case, man.
Yeah, I bought the super rare one. Did you buy the cards with it too?
Mm-hmm.
No, I just got the game.
The game.
You're not a real fan.
So, question: the game comes with the cards, but then the card pack is different cards, or it just?
I think the game comes with maybe like 1 or 2 cards.
Okay.
But then
I got the cards.
But then you buy the cards, and it's like a booster pack, and it has all the cards.
Okay.
So like you're getting all of them in the series.
Gotcha.
Where like if you bought the game, you would only get like 1 or 2, and then you would have to like I don't know what you could do with it.
Gotcha.
Because you only have 1 or 2. But like if you buy the booster pack, it has all.
It has all 4
the
of them or something like that.
4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah.
Because I got
Super
it.
rare
Like,
games, man.
They're doing a good job, man. That game and for those that are interested, number one, this is the fastest selling game that Super Rare Games has done so far, in terms of numbers and volume. Last time I checked, I got an email from them that there's only 300 left. There's only 300 copies left. They've only put 4,000 out. That's all they're doing total is 4,000. But man, they're crushing it.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's gone.
You know what? It's a good possibility.
Because Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time's gone. A couple of the other ones are gone. So
yeah, but this is they said this is the fastest selling game so far that Super Rare Games has put out.
Wow,
it's pretty. You know what, man? It makes me feel good because Jules in the past couple of years has had a tough time doing things, and to see that, like, hey, this game is selling a lot and doing very good things, like that's pretty epic. It's pretty it's pretty awesome.
And I think we can just say to Bobby right now, physical's not dead, baby. Everyone loves those physical games. God, that felt good. Okay.
I never said they didn't. I'm just saying.
I'm just kidding.
What? Okay. Newsflash. I have the physical of this, right? But like this here.
Oh, it pisses me off.
This does nothing for me. These
screenshot it, guys.
I already redeemed it. These things do nothing for me at all. But when I buy a physical and I get an instruction booklet and a keychain, like Nicholas is doing it right. You know what I mean? Like limited run games, they do it right. Super rare games, they do it right. There's no artwork even on the inside of this thing. Like, it's stupid. It's a waste of money, man.
The amount of cases that have a blank white. Yeah, Runner, dude, they kill it with games. Like,
yeah, Nicholas does it right, man. Nicholas, I think, is the best at what they do. They're really, really good, man.
Like, really if you still have your Wii games, open those up. It's like an encyclopedia, man.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn. But I think, I don't know.
That is all. That is all.
That is all. That is episode 50. Some of us are going to go to sleep right now. But Bobby, where can they find you, man?
NintendoGuru.com is the best place to check me out and everything that I'm doing, that good stuff. So go over there, check it out.
Joe After Work.
JoeAfterWork.com, YouTube and Twitch. Joe After Work. We are on the road to 1,000 followers on Twitch, by the way. So thank you, everybody, for the support.
Oh, man.
We broke 900 last week. I dressed up as Gerudo Link and played some Just Dance. That video will be over on Twitch if you want to see it.
That was gold.
I'm dead serious right now?
I'm dead serious.
Oh my God. How did I miss that?
Oh,
I got some fat material. I got some fat material coming, I see.
Oh, yeah. Yep. And of course, you can always go to nintentalk.edu or I almost said it. And NintenTalk YouTube channel, you were already here. So thank you very much, guys. Episode 51 next week. And then we have a very special episode 52. So we will see you guys then. Peace out, Preston.
Don't steal my stuff, man. Don't steal my stuff.
I wanted to say it. Y'all ready, Bobberino?
Oh, I'll be ready. Yeah. Hold on. Okay.
The one that says be ready at 9.
Hey. I got to do 10:15. I got to be out. So yeah, let's go.
Okay.